Hi, I'm Frankie Terriot-Stutz, and we're here at the 2015 Rolex Kentucky 3-day event, where we look forward to catching up with riders here at today's jog. I'm here with Ellie McPhail at the first jogs, and Ellie, it's a very exciting time for you. This is your first 4-star, and just talk about what that's been like in the whole environment.
It's been pretty nerve-wracking. I'm really excited though. I'm just excited to be here, do dressage tomorrow, and really kind of see what happens on Saturday, and kind of take it one day at a time.
Well, this is the biggest field they've ever seen at Rolex, so quite a year to come and have it be your first, and a lot of international horses coming over, a lot of fantastic American horses, and just what are you most looking forward to?
Just taking it all in, really. It's been a little overwhelming, but it's just it's just really cool to be here. I'm just really excited for the weekend.
And just a little bit of background about this horse.
I got him from Marilyn and Karen, and as a 6-year-old, he did a couple 1-stars in Germany. But this is his first 4-star, and yeah.
All right, well, it'll be very fun to watch you this weekend. You were accepted at the first horse inspection, which is definitely one thing you have to get through here at Kentucky to be able to compete, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Allie Saxon, another one of our first timers here at Rolex. And Allie, just take us through what this whole thing has been like. This is such a big environment, so much to take in, and what it's been like for you.
It's just about kind of taking it all in stride. All winter I was kind of talking to veterans that have been around and done this multiple times, and just try to get the guidance from them to really understand how to enjoy every moment of this, because it's going to go by really fast.
Well, everybody talks about that bubble wrap. So just the last couple weeks are obviously really stressful for all of you riders to get here. So you've done that, you've passed the first horse inspection, and do you feel a little bit relieved and then excited for what's to come?
Absolutely. Even if you feel like you have the most sound horse in the world, still you just never know what's going to happen when you jog down that strip. So yeah, it's the first hurdle, and now on to dressage.
And what you're most looking forward to?
Cross country.
All right, well, congratulations on making it here, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Elisa Wallace, another one of our first timers, and being a Rolex rookie is very exciting. There's a lot of things to take in, and for you, what's been the most entertaining thus far?
Oh, the most entertaining? Probably going in the girls' bathroom. That was a sight. Everybody's in there doing their makeup, and we're all worried about our dresses and not creating a different kind of show. Everything about Rolex is stressful. Coming to Rolex, all the paperwork for Rolex, the jog work, everything. So we just want to go out there and do our best. And so, it's just the experience is always amazing.
Well, it's certainly breezy here today, but it seems like it will be great weather come Saturday for those horses to stay nice and cool. And you've obviously passed the first horse inspection. You can breathe that sigh of relief now and move on to kind of switching gears and thinking about dressage. And the whole atmosphere here is so much, and that big ring. And how do you think your horse will handle that situation?
That is definitely one of my horse's demons. I call him the Black Dragon sometimes, though, and especially the jog up, I felt like I was flying a dragon. So since he's been here the past couple of days, he's felt great. He's felt really relaxed, and my goal is just to make this feel like home, and to just be in that mindset. And if he can do what I think he can do, we can give it a good shot. So that's just gonna be just doing our best and keeping that relaxation there and just going for what we can get.
Have you had any good advice from other competitors?
Good luck. It's just that everybody roots for everybody, and it's just about being supportive for everybody, and we work our butts off. So, it'll all pan out.
Well, getting here is certainly a huge accomplishment in itself for each and every one of these rider and horse combinations. Good luck to you this weekend, and congratulations on being here.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Jimmy Schramm, talk to us about what your first Rolex experience so far has been like. You guys just made it through the jog and everything you've kind of experienced so far, and what you're most excited about.
It's funny. I envisioned the jog being very different. Like, I was out here and I'm like, oh, I'm just going to go down a little jog strip, and then you kind of turn around the corner and then there's like all these people, and you're like, oh my God, like, am I really about to jog at the Rolex? Like, it kind of caught me by surprise. I've been really kind of calm all weekend so far, or all week so far, which seems odd. Everyone's like, you're very calm, and I'm like, it's another horse show. But now it's starting to feel a little bit different. So I haven't walked the course yet, so I'm really excited to get out there and go take a peek at it. And I think the thing I'm most excited about is just enjoying the journey of this week and living the moment. I think, I'm excited.
And just kind of that moment when you realized that you were going to make it and go to Rolex this year. And I mean, everyone works so hard to be here. So that moment for you when you kind of thought, okay, I think this is our goal and we're going to go for this.
Yeah, it's funny because I had a pretty awful fall season. So it took a lot of I'm going to make this happen kind of a thing. So I just revamped everything. And, after the first, really, I think after I kicked around Red Hills and you went around really well, I thought, you know what, I think I can do it. Yeah. So, I think so. And then he just kept going and getting better and better. So I think, it's really surreal being here. I've been coming to this event since I was 6. So to actually be riding it is crazy, crazy, crazy. So I'm really, really pumped.
Well, so many of the riders are friends with so many of them and ones that have been here many times. Yeah. So did anyone give you any helpful advice or anything that kind of surprised you by what they said?
Nothing that really surprised me. Actually, Missy Ranshausen told me that if I follow anyone famous in the dressage to make sure I don't go in too early because the applause from the previous horse can spook your horse, which I thought was really good advice. And I follow Frances Whittington, so I will be getting into the arena late. But everyone just says, ride your heart out. Boyd told me to forget my religion for 10 minutes on cross country, and then I can pet him afterwards. So, those are the 2 best pieces of advice I've gotten so far.
All right. Well, good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Bunny Sexton, one of the riders traveling from the West Coast to be here with us at Kentucky, and also a first-timer this year. And Bunny, you'd said months ago that your life dream was to get to Kentucky, and you thought that you might not get there, but here you are, and you're at Rolex.
Yes. So exciting, so exciting.
Just walk us through kind of your emotions this week. This is a big moment for you both.
Yeah, it is, because of last year having to sit it out. This meant the world to me. Well, and he's been working great here, and he's been very sound, so I didn't have any reason not to think it would go well, but it's great to be here and be through jogs.
Well, this is a very fantastic horse, and your story is pretty remarkable. This is a horse that came to you kind of later in your riding career, and he really took you to that next level.
He did. I thought I'd only go to advanced, and that was it, and he opened up a whole new world to me.
Well, just kind of take us through what the process of the last few days have been like. You're here at Rolex, and what's kind of something that surprised you or excited you?
What really excited me is I've never had him let me put as much leg on him in dressage. I've been able to actually put my leg on and do flying changes where I'd never do them before a test. He just has seemed to really settle into the dressage, and I'm hoping for an improved score there.
Well, the green grass certainly making him happy here,
absolutely.
and his show name Rise Against, you lovingly call him Echo, and just kind of what you guys are most looking forward to for the rest of the weekend.
I think cross country is a pretty big thing to do. I'm looking so forward to it.
Well, you've ridden on Derek Dragazia's tracks before, but this will certainly be a whole different element for you.
Absolutely, but I'm looking forward to the challenge.
All right, well, good luck, Bunny. We'll certainly be watching you and cheering you on.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Joining us from Texas, this is Angela Grzinski and the lovely Novell, and making their Rolex debut here for the 2015 Rolex. And Angela, this horse has a really remarkable story. Tell us about how she came to belong to you.
So she's actually from Kentucky originally. She was bred here on a thoroughbred farm that breeds to sell, and she had a very mediocre pedigree, and she was very small. And it was found when they did her yearling survey x-rays that she had some OCD lesions in a few of her joints. And so she was chucked out in the pasture with, I think, like their school ponies and their donkeys and just a random assortment of animals. And my friend Alec managed the farm, and they gave her to him. And he rode her some. He was way too big for her. He was 6'4", and she didn't love him very much. And he contacted me and said he thought she was pretty athletic, and so I came and sat on her, and she was great, but I was really worried about those lesions, and so I passed up the opportunity to buy her. And then he moved back to Ireland and called me one day and said, would you like to have her? And I said, absolutely. And so he drove her from Kentucky to Texas for me, and since then, nothing has caused her any problems, and so it's just been a real blessing.
Well, here you guys are at your first Rolex, the two of you together, having come so far since she was given to you. And what's it like to kind of have gone through that process and then be here?
I mean, I'm sure everybody says it, but it's unreal. And every day I'm walking around just starstruck, just like everybody else. Every 10-year-old girl is starstruck by William and Buck and Philip and all those guys. And it just feels like the next step in our partnership. And I just feel like it's such a gift. And so I'm happy for whatever happens and just this opportunity to be here. And so taking it one day at a time.
All right, well, we wish you the best of luck. We'll be cheering you on.
Thanks very much.
McKenna Shea and Londiosa are another one of our first timers here at Rolex. And McKenna, you're here in the Bluegrass State. There's a lot to take in, and what you've been most impressed with so far.
I think just the whole venue, like just walking around. I walked out of the stabling area for the first time yesterday morning and like just seeing everything from that view. I've been here once before, but seeing it out of the stabling is just like a whole different feeling.
Well, give us a little bit of background. You guys have a very long partnership, you and Londioso, and kind of started your career as two kids, and now you are here doing your first 4-star.
Yeah, Michelle Pastel found him, and I bought him shortly after that back in 2006 or something like that. So he was 4, coming 5, and now he's 13. And I've learned a lot by making a lot of mistakes, but he's been really, like I'm lucky to have him. He could be doing better things, but we're learning a lot together, and I don't think I would be doing this without him.
Well, McKenna, you're the youngest rider here in this field of many, many riders at Rolex. And has anybody had any advice for you, or how do you feel kind of being the youngest of the field?
I don't really think about being the youngest because everybody, like there's some people here, it's their first time, like it's everybody's first time. So I'm just focusing on riding my horse.
All right, well, you and your horse have had a pretty successful relationship so far. We'll look for a great performance out of McKenna Shea this weekend. And McKenna, you're one of these combinations that has come up through the Developing Rider program and has had a lot of lessons now with David O'Connor and has gone through that in the under 25s and everything kind of that the program now offers. And so what has that been like for you, and how do you think it's prepared you to be here at Rolex?
Working with David and just getting to know a lot of the people from the East Coast through the program and having Joni Morris to turn to for questions and just, watching the high performance riders and stuff. It's been a really good learning experience and spending time in the classroom, and it's all just kind of, I think, prepared us for Rolex.
All right, well, good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Lizzie Snow and Cole Creek, another one of our first timers. And Lizzie, your first 4-star, you've seen it done many times, but this time it's your turn, and just walk us through that feeling.
I'm super excited. I've been lucky enough to ride the horse here a couple times at Young Riders, and I know he came here with Amy and did a little bit of the course, so I'm super excited to get out there and give it a shot.
Well, Lizzie referring to the late Amy Tryon, a fantastic rider, obviously, and friend of many of ours, and she'll certainly be watching you from above this weekend. Keep an eye on you two kids. But just kind of what the partnership's been like for you these last few years, and what it's been like to have a horse like Cole Creek come from Amy Tryon and be able to ride him and bring him through the levels.
It's definitely been an experience. The first time I had him here, he ran away with me on the cross-country course, so that was not fun. But, I mean, Amy obviously did a phenomenal job, but it's been a seriously changing partnership, and I think finally it's starting to solidify. So hopefully that's true for this weekend.
Well, you've dreamed of being here, obviously, for many years, like a lot of our first-timers have, and so far, is it all you expected?
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, we've been lucking out with the weather except for this morning, and the course looks phenomenal. Derek's done a great job, so I'm very excited to be here.
All right. Well, congratulations on getting here, and good luck.
Thank you.
John Michael Durr joining us from the West Coast with Esprit de la Danse, owned by Ruth Bly. And JM, just you're here, you're at Rolex, and for you, this was a big dream of not only yours, but your mom, who we unfortunately lost a little while ago, and she's definitely shining down on you this weekend. But what it's been like to get here and pull into this huge park?
I don't actually think it got real till I was coming back down the jog strip. It's something you chase, and it's the impossible thing you're chasing. And then to be here, you just want to do your best and put your best foot forward.
All right, well, you are familiar with Derek DeGrazio's cross-country courses. Derek builds a lot out on the West Coast where you're from, and you guys will tackle the biggest one you've ever seen to date come Saturday. But this is a really exciting mare, and just for those who don't know, tell us a little bit about her and kind of your partnership.
She's feisty. She's wonderful, a lot like my wife. She demands it to be her way, but also looks for some guidance from me at the same time. It's been really fun developing a partnership, because with her, that's what it is. It's truly a partnership, and that's what it has to be. We're coming off of our best spring thus far, and hopefully that continues. And we just take it one stride at a time, I guess.
All right, and just anything that surprised you about being here, or maybe anything that was a little bit different than you thought it'd be?
Yeah, it's really cold. And water falls from the sky here. It doesn't do that in California anymore. But other than that, no. I mean, I was fortunate enough to come last year and kind of get an idea of what I was in for. And, it's all surreal but real at the same time.
Well, a lot of these riders you will see throughout the weekend have fantastic owners. Yourself is one of them, or some horses here have teams of owners that make it possible for these riders to be able to have the opportunity with them. And JM, just what it's like to have somebody support you and make this all really possible.
It's unbelievable. I still kind of chuckle when I think about how lucky I am to have Ruth's support and the realisticness of her support. She wants to be here and get the experience as much as I do as an owner, and results are great, but they're really not the priority, and that gives me the opportunity to really think about my horse first, and Ruth supports that 100%, and I'm so lucky to have that.
All right, well, JM's first time here. We'll be rooting you on all weekend. Good luck.
Thank you.
Be sure to tune in all weekend as we'll be bringing you live coverage on the USEF network.